All right, Catherine Costal is back with us. I Wish I Was a Dog is the short film. Really interesting film, funny. It's got a nice theme to it. What do you do? We talked about your last film, and that was your first film, correct? What did you learn
Yeah.
from the first film to this film? What was the biggest thing you learned?
Um, Definitely just like how to coordinate everything. It being my first time last time, it was like uh kind of overwhelming at first to like get everybody together, cast, crew, and everything. And this time it was also like um a bit of like an overwhelming feeling. But I think it just was easier because I had kind of repeated the process before. And I was just more like, I guess, like motivated to like overcome any new challenges this time. And it was like really amazing. Like the team that I had with me, they were also like accommodating and understanding, and we were able to get everything done. So again, it was also props to them.
So this one is kind of like I call it it's like a gimmick film, but it's got a meaning that a woman turns into a dog. I guess it's
Yeah.
I would tease it, right?
Yeah, that was like that's like the main premise this time that I knew would have people kind of like scratching their heads or like, oh, like what's that about, which was like different from last time again. So I did want to like build something more meaningful around that kind of central like idea. And yeah, it's just really like I wanted to do something very interesting this time that would kind of just entice people immediately.
So where did the idea come from for you for this film?
Yeah, so I wish I was a dog is kind of a phrase that I had just had like occurred to me many times throughout my life when I'm like whenever I encounter a new group of people or like a person that I really admire or that I'm like, wow, you guys seem, to like have it all together. I want to be like you. I kind of get this feeling where you're like on an outsider. And they kind of seem to have their own group dynamics already, and you're like, well, I can't really penetrate that. Um, and it's kind of like a feeling of like wanting to be included slash accepted, but also like wanting the same like affection and closeness that they have with each other. And being a dog kind of means like, oh, you're not really like a human, right? You're not like
Yeah.
truly a part of their dynamic, but dogs are very like they get a lot of affection. People really like them. And so it's that feeling of like I want to be like accepted by you, but also at the same time I know that I don't actually have it in me to be like accepted and loved by you. So I felt like that was a very um like strong emotion that a lot of people could relate to. So I was like,
Yeah.
what if a girl literally turned into a dog and then there was like more surreal things happening around that?
No, that's but at the same time you want to make it funny as well, I guess, too, right?
Yeah, I kind of knew at the beginning that it would like tie really well into comedy. And so it just like this one came really quickly to me. Like whereas with True Romance, it took me a while to like figure out the whole plot and premise. But this one was very like as soon as I had that core idea of like a girl turning into a dog, everything just kind of like fell into place.
And I gotta ask the fountain you shot, the fountain with the dogs. Where is that?
Yeah, that's at Berksea Park downtown, actually.
Here in Toronto?
Yeah, in Toronto.
No, like where? Like, cause I'm like, where exactly is that? Like, where?
You know the I forgot the name of the triangle building? Like there's one in New York that looks exactly like
You
it.
put them in the Esplanade, like down there?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
it's right
All right.
beside it.
Oh, I was down there for so many. Is it new? Because I was down there like almost like on a weekly basis back in the day, and I don't remember seeing that fountain before.
Oh, I don't think it's new actually. I think it's been around for a while, but I didn't know if it was like very famous in Toronto, but I figured like it might be recognizable to people, but it could also be like kind of like an anomaly to some. So I thought that was very interesting.
Well, yeah, it fits thematically to your film, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so you acted in the film as well. You're like the lead character in the film as well, right?
Yeah.
How do you like? Is that something that you like? Did you lead like? Is acting your like? That's what you want to lead with? Is that what you want to like? Is that what are you more interested in? I guess is that directing or acting?
Um, I've kind of been in a headspace of both. I feel like um over the past like 2, 3 years that I've been making films is I'm very interested in making films and being behind the camera, but I also want to explore more of being in front of it. And when I write scripts, I feel like I get into this very unique headspace that the characters are in, and it makes me just feel very connected to like usually the lead role that I'm writing, and I just kind of want to put myself in there. And so I think it's also fun to be like both the creator of something and also the face of it or like part of the face of it. So yeah, I've just been doing both, I guess.
Gotcha. So you're kind of like an auteur in a sense when you're making the films.
Yeah, I do kind of think of myself in a way like that.
So what about the other rounding up the other casts? Like where do you they're all like where do you find them?
So this time it was some of the same actors from True Romance, actually. Chloe and Robin, they were also, there's some familiar faces. And the rest were, because this started out as a class project, like it was an assignment for my film class, we had to make like a 7 to 10 minute short film. So I decided to do this for it. A lot of them were like my classmates, and also like people that like a friend of a friend was referred to me.
So this is at OCAD, right? Like at Ontario College of Art and Design.
Yes, yeah, it was my third year like final project.
So are you still in school now?
I actually just graduated. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you would. How does it feel?
It's really, yeah, it's great actually. I had a really great time at OCAD, and like so many of the people that I met like while making films was from OCAD, and everybody is so amazing and collaborative.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm still like not totally sure what's gonna happen next for me yet, but like OCAD is just like such a nice like memory and experience to have.
It's a pretty cool school, right? Like it's I used to go down there in the school. It's like I never went to the school, but it seemed like a pretty like I know it's hard to get into, and it's like it's got a really rich tradition to it. So was it what was your major?
Creative writing, actually. So I didn't major in like integrated media, which is what like a lot of the like filmmakers there
Yeah.
major in, but I minored in on-screen media to kind of like make up for it. So I've it's kind of like a double discipline.
Yeah, I used to work in locations in the film industry, and funny enough, a lot of people were OCAD graduates, and they were artists, and they were like doing their arts on the side while they were doing like this work on in the film industry. So I got to know a lot of people like from this that world, and everybody. I haven't heard a negative comment about it, like overall negative comment about the experience.
Yeah, there's actually way more like filmmakers there than I like expected there would be,
Yeah.
considering we don't have like a official film program. It's like integrated media is like the I guess the closest equivalent
Well,
to
that's
it.
becoming film now, right? Like with social media and like the verticals, all that stuff. It's like that's the new filmmaking in a sense, right?
I would say in yeah, in a way, kind of, but there's just also when you think about it more broadly, like there's so many elements to film. There's like sound, there's like production design, and there's
Sure.
so many
Yeah.
people. I've met so many people who like they weren't like professionally aiming to like go into those areas, but their like skill set really fit really well, and so they were able to like help and like understand those areas of work. So it's, I guess, like overall not surprising and really wonderful that like there's so many like cross-disciplinary like art fields and like artists that are able to like collaborate with each other in this way.
So did you pass the? I'm assuming you passed the class.
Yes, I passed the class. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm just looking at your film Freeway. Your birthday's coming up when we're doing this podcast, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So that's so everything's kind of changing, I guess, in a sense, right? Like it's like there's a new wave for you, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I was just thinking about how, well, now my life is gonna change rapidly. And yeah, I'm turning 22, so it's really strange a little bit because it's an age that I was looking forward to for like the past 10 years of my life. And now I feel like I'm like becoming the version of myself that I always wanted to be, but also I still am like uncertain about the future and like how I'm gonna figure certain things out. So, just kind of taking things on one day at a time. So, very strange, but very happy experience.
Why was that an age you wanted to be, like when you were 12?
Oh, I just thought 22 was like so grown up and cool. Like I would see like the 22-year-old girls online, they would be like so like fashionable and they were like going traveling to cool places and like doing cool things and I was like, "Oh, I want to be like that. When I'm 22, I'm also gonna be like wearing that and like doing this."
So do you have another film coming that you want to do coming up?
You know what? I'm still writing, I guess. I can't say for sure if I have a film coming up, but I've just kind of been exploring different ideas right now. Hopefully, it's gonna like come into fruition soon. I am like aiming to make more. But I've also been working on a lot of different writing projects recently, so there might be something that is not a film, but like kind of similar and a different genre, let's say, or like a different medium.
Gotcha. So what is your favorite part of the process then? Is like in the I think we asked you in the blog question, but what's your favorite part of the process? Like prepping, like you're developing things now, like pre-production, production, post-production.
I would say like prepping and like developing things like writing the script,
Yeah.
development overall, just because it's at that stage anything's possible. And you're literally just like creating from the vast ether of like the universe of like what's possible. And I think it's kind of like it's the most like foundational stage. So, everything else that comes after is like based off of what you conceptualize in the script writing process. So I think I just love creativity and being able to like create something totally from scratch. And also, before you get to like pre-production and production, when you get like budget and decide like what things is actually achievable, what isn't, and your hopes haven't been squashed yet, like it's so, it's just so much fun.
So that's such interesting because it's like that's sort of like you love that kind of bringing the film together. So tone in this film, because you had all these grand ideas and you had all these kind of subtext going on and these themes. That said, you got to make the audience laugh. It's a comedy, right? So
Yeah.
in terms of like, do you like think about tone when you're even developing about like, okay, I want to this is what I want to say in the film, but I also have to entertain, and then I'm going to use the comedy genre to tell my story. So do you think about that even when you're developing about like how am I going to do all this in one film?
Yeah, 100%. Like I feel like that pretty much all like comes together when I'm developing and like writing the script and like using my references because it at that point I want to have like a fully formed idea of how it's going to feel, how it's going to look and what it's going to say like by the end of the process. So it actually like it takes a while for me because I'm just trying to think of how to incorporate all these elements of like where to put the comedic timing and like how to say certain things, how to like put it all together into a plot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that comes along in the early stages for me, I'd say.
And when you're like even when you're making the film or like post production, where you always kind of consciously like, okay, this scene, you always have to make someone laugh. It's always got to be a comedy, I guess, when you're making the film.
Yeah, I do. I do think about like when I'm in like development, like how many jokes can I fit in like a scene, or like how can I make this funnier, or like in a more like how can I put more meta context in there that's gonna like add to the layer of humor.
Yeah,
And then in post, I think it's like because they say you like make a film three times in like pre-production, production, post-production. So
yeah,
in post, I'm kind of like referencing the vision in my head and also the actual footage that we've shot, and like rebuilding it in a way that I can um hopefully like get all the points across from development, but then maybe sometimes actually when I'm in post, I find a new way to like kind of put together the footage that actually is slightly different and like for comedic context, or
yeah.
just because I've noticed that the way we shot it, it was so interesting. And if I like put it together this way, it will almost like it will add a whole new layer, or like you know some like artistic feeling to it. So it's kind of constantly happening actually. The comedic aspect, I'm like always it's always like at the forefront of my mind.
That said, you want to make the film. I know it's kind of like a person turns into a dog. It's like, but it's not zany. It's not a zany film, right? Like
Mhm.
you have it's a grounded movie, right?
Yeah, I because it came from such like real emotions, it was always like along with the comedic aspect, it was always at the forefront of my mind to be like I want to kind of represent this feeling, and have the audience sympathize with and understand the character. So, and when I was like first showing this film, a lot of people were telling me that it was like sad, like it made them like kind of sad seeing like the like what the girl was going through after she turned into a dog. And I was really like relieved by that because I didn't really want it to be like just a comedy, like just
Yeah,
funny, because it was also like it came from some like sad feelings. So I kind of wanted people to feel like both happy from like watching it, but also like kind of like understanding the underlying maybe like darker emotions. And
yeah.
I was kind of worried if I was going to be able to like balance those two things, or if it was going to be too much of one or the other. So the fact that, I feel like people are able to kind of grasp both from watching it makes me really happy.
And like this film's like 11 minutes. The other film was a lot longer. Were you conscious like you wanted to make a kind of a shorter film?
Yeah, because it started out as like a class assignment and it was only supposed to be 7 to 10 minutes. So I kind of knew from the beginning that I was going to make a shorter film. And when this idea came to me, I realized that it was like the perfect like premise for like a shorter 10-minute film, because I felt like I could pretty much fit everything into that time frame. So it was always planned to be like shorter, around like 10 minutes. So yeah, I kind of wanted to also just like experiment a little more this time. So I felt like let's make something smaller and yeah, see how that goes.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was yeah, because it's like it's concise. I'm sure it's helping you with like I see it's getting in other festivals as well. Are you so happy with the success so far?
Yes, very happy. It premiered at the um was it the Canadian, it was like what was it called? The Canadian Comedy Film Festival or
Yeah,
something, in December, and it actually won an award there, which I wasn't expecting at first, but seeing a lot of like really positive reactions to it just made me like very happy and glad that it was able to like bring that to people.
yeah, that's amazing. So, like you said, you're not sure. You're just developing right now, but you're not. But you're gonna make other. You're gonna make more films, right?
Yes, I'm aiming to do that.
Yeah, and you got a good team of people like you're collaborating with.
My team is well, I'm not totally sure on who's going to be in my team yet.
Yeah.
I kind of just assemble like a new team for every
Oh,
project,
that's
I
good.
guess. So right now it's still early development.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see who's able to kind of jump in the bandwagon.
Yeah. Are you from Toronto originally or?
Yeah, from here.
Okay. So then, yeah, so born and raised.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm very familiar with everything.
So what do you think of how do you think the future is in Toronto in terms of like independent film and art? Like, you optimistic?
I would say I'm pretty optimistic just because I kind of believe in the sheer power of like creativity and like everybody's like collaborative spirit in Toronto. I feel like everybody here is like so motivated and like so friendly and like everybody's like making amazing things and like reaching out to each other and I met a lot of amazing people that I want to work with and that I think are also like developing their own projects. So I feel like we're probably like we have a lot of community here and we can really depend on each other.
That's great. All right. Well, I want you to keep making movies. It's great to see the process. This film is a lot tighter and it's just like you could see the progress as you as a filmmaker. And it's just like
Thank
it's like
you.
I see whoa of like I'm not saying your other film wasn't good. It was good, but I'm saying I see vast improvement. I see like in terms of all the elements of filmmaking. So I'm like I was happy to watch it. I was like, yeah, because I had context of your other. We talked about it before, right? So basically, yeah. So I'm like, I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you. Yeah. And I hope whatever I make next, you'll see that too.
Yeah, I hope I do. Yeah. So keep in touch and let's talk again when you make your next film.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks so
Thanks.
much.